So the snowpocalypse. It's 2011. It snowed a whole lot, so I was at work in Frederick, and I needed to drive back to Hagerstown, but the snow was definitely piling up on the roads. So the traffic started to slow down. It got dark, and probably half an hour into the trip, I was right about maybe a couple miles before the Myersville exit when it just came to a dead stop, and it's just snowing real thick. And I looked ahead, and I started to notice that some people had actually built snowmen on the side of the highway because apparently they've been there for a while. So I was like, oh great. I see somebody is out of their car with the hood open. I was like, oh, somebody needs help. That's it. I'm done with this. So I opened my trunk. I didn't bring enough warm clothes, so I had to get in my trunk and pull out my emergency hoodie. When I closed my door, I ran out of the snow, and I was like, so man, what's up? And he's like, I don't know, man. My car won't start. And so I was like, well, maybe I can pull my car up next to yours and we can try to jump it. Maybe that'll help. So I tried to figure out how I could do it, but there was this lady parked on the side of the road blocking my way to get around him. So I was like, hey, miss, do you think you could move your car so that I could get next to this guy? And she's like, I have my steering wheel all the way this way, but my car's moving this way. Oh, great. And she's driving like a pickup truck or an SUV or something. And it's a rear-wheel drive. So I realized her wheels are like this, and she's driving with just like a sled pushing her off the wrong way. So I was like, you're blocking traffic. She's like, no, I'm not moving. I'm staying here. I'm like, well, maybe I can try for you. So she's like, okay. So she gets out of her car, hands me her keys, and I get in her car and get in, and I turn the wheels and I drive forward, and it starts to go that, but I got it to go straight. And so I just pulled off the side of the road, and I'm like, okay, it's all good now. You can drive it. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. I'm like, I mean, it's really cold. You could be here for a while. So she's like, no, I'm staying here. It's like, well, I guess you can come with me if you want. She's like, okay. So she gets in my car, and then I pull my car around and face the wrong way in the highway so that I could jump this guy. And we try it out, and it doesn't work. It's not starting. So, well, I mean, I guess you can come too. So this guy's probably like, I don't know, maybe mid-40s, I think. And she's probably similar age. They both work in Frederick. So they get in the car. His car, they're on the side of the road, and her car's on the side of the road. And we drive along for a while, and then it comes to just a dead stop. And we wait there for a while. And we start talking, and he told me where he worked, and she told me where she worked, but they're mostly on their cell phones, and they're real quiet after that. They didn't want to talk. So we started moving again, and we got to the Myersville exit. And a lot of people were taking the exit to go off because I guess they figured maybe that would be safer. But I was like, I don't know. It's really looking like it's starting to move on 70, so I'm just going to stay on 70. And so I go straight past the exit, and then there's two semis right next to each other blocking the way, and they have their lights off. And the cars pile in behind me, and I realize I'm stuck. I can't go back, and I can't go forward because the two semis are sleeping. So I get out of the car and get in front of the semis, and I look down the hill, and it's just like a wasteland. It looks sort of like a scene from an alien movie where there's just cars off the side of the road, cars facing the wrong way, people walking around, people with their engines off, people trying to sleep. And I was like, oh man, I'm stuck here. This could be all night with two strangers. I don't have any food or water or anything. So I get back in the car and talk with them for a while. After like an hour maybe, we were all getting kind of thirsty. So I get out of the car and run to the nearest gas station and buy 2 bottles of water and go to the bathroom because I had to go to the bathroom. It was bad. And then I ran back and gave him water. You know what? I have an idea. If I can pull in front of these semis and go down the hill, I think I could go the wrong way up the on-ramp and take 40 back. But the problem was there's 2 semis there. So I was like, I think if one semi were to back up enough, I'd be able to go between them and go down the hill. And I was like, I don't really want to wake up a trucker. So I get out of the car, and so far it was good. Like, this night was pretty good so far. Walked up to him, and I was trying to get up the courage to knock on his door because I knew he was asleep up in his loft. I sat there for like 10 minutes, just like pacing and trying to figure out how to word it. How do you wake up a semi and ask him to back up in the snow? While I was sitting there, I saw his head peek down from this thing, and he gets out, sits down, rolls down his window, and he's like, what's up? Hey, so I know we're all kind of stuck here, and I realize you're probably not intending to go anywhere, but if you were to back up like 50 feet, I think I could get my car in front of yours so that maybe I could go up the on-ramp. And he's like, okay. And so he rolls up his window and starts his truck and backs up very carefully and clears the other semi. I drive down the hill, And there was the moment of truth at the bottom of the hill where the snow was really thick, and I had to be able to make this turn and go up the on-ramp. We kind of like skidded around it, but we managed to make it. So I drive up the wrong way on the on-ramp, which was great. I asked them where they lived. One of them lived downtown. The other one lived out towards, was it Hewitt Circle? Is that it? I drove him way over there, and 1, 2 in the morning at this point, and he's like, I should pay you or something. I'm like, nah, it's okay. It gives me $10. I realized I wasn't really in the position to argue with him. So I took his money and then drove home and went to bed. But it was pretty exciting.
I like the part where you said that you were going to go jump the guy. You weren't like jumping his car.
Oh, yeah. I was going to go
But it reminded
jump
me
him.
of like, we're going to go